Good evening and welcome to the Minions of the Zoo Saturday edition. I'm your host and keeper of the Harry channel, and with me tonight are Minions 4, soon to be 5. Hi, Geodes.
Hello.
What the hell is that picture supposed to be? Who is that?
It's from a meme we were sharing around a little while back. I can't remember which one it is, but yeah, I was one of those ones.
Don't get me canceled, Geodes. Sora Luna.
Hello.
DrFunctional.
Hi.
And SkepTok.
Hey, everybody.
So, SkepTok.
That's a great picture of you, Geodes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Really encapsulates his... Never mind. It's too early in the show for that.
So, let's see. Would you go ahead and welcome the people since we're late and it's really all my fault?
Hey, guys, thank you for hanging with us.
Sorry.
Our captain has got the ship launched. We're just departing the pier a little bit late today, and say hello to Raymond Lewis is here. Jay Blizza is here. Hello, guys. Thanks for coming by. See if anybody else is.
Green Badger.
Green Badger is here.
Yep.
And I'm sure we'll have some other people.
Joel's here.
Who is?
Joel.
Oh, Joel. Yeah. Hey, howdy, Joel. Good to
Howdy,
see you.
Joel.
And,
all right.
And so is Blue-Eyed Scream.
We're doing pretty well for being late. Sorry.
Thank you guys for being patient.
Well, as you know, I put up a poll in the Discord, and I said, do you want to talk about the obvious thing that everybody's been talking about for the last few days? And I didn't see anybody who really want to talk about it, so we're not going to talk about it. Okay? That's fine. So we can do that. Everybody else has got this handled. So if you're coming here looking for outrage, you're not going to get it tonight. So Skep,
Do you want to or
no?
Okay.
No, I put a poll in. Everybody had a chance to vote, and nobody had strong support for it. So I'm not going to make people talk about something they don't want to talk about. So, but there's a whole bunch of good stuff in the show tonight, Skep. There's definitely some things which I know you will like. You know, when you were talking about, when you were talking just a moment ago about the show, I was thinking of the launch of that North Korean battleship or whatever the hell it was, or cruiser, how the thing just sort of fell over on its side.
Oh, you know what that thing is about?
Oh, no.
That thing is like half the size of an American destroyer, and they couldn't launch it competently.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who's been in the Navy knows that you can't launch a really, really large ship the way that they tried to do it without certain types of equipment. And they tried to do that with essentially telephone poles.
Yep.
And one of the telephone poles splintered. When that happened, the aft end of the ship butted out into it, and the bow canted around horizontally and basically lodged itself in the launching bay. And so they have a stuck ship. As far as I know, it may still be stuck. I need to check on Google Earth and see what the condition of that pier is.
Bow is such a funny word.
It is.
Yeah, that was a funny thing. Anyway, interesting thing. Yeah, you can't launch a big honking patrol boat, which is basically what those were, with logs. That doesn't work.
So I was.
It might seem like it might work, but it won't.
It might seem
work for
like
your
it might.
canoe.
So we've all experienced stressful workplaces. I would think that working in a North Korean naval shipyard might be kind of high up on the stress scale.
They killed the head of the shipyard that afternoon.
Yeah.
They shot him. They shot him outside the shipyard. They got him at work, drove him down, and shot him.
Yeah, that's a little rocket man for you.
Boy, it says that is an aggressive zero defects policy.
Yeah, I got your ISO 9000 for you right here. Kim Jong-un 9000 is way more effective.
You just failed the audit, asshole.
Yeah. Congratulations, you got a job at the naval shipyard. Can I say no? No. All right. So, Skep, is there anything you would like to share before I move on to the next person to say hello?
Oh, just that, it's been a tough week, and I need something. I just need things to laugh at tonight.
Well, I did have something good happen to me. Well, I mean, I can be very particular about some things that I care about a lot. And one of the things I care about a lot are strawberries. And so I went to this place that I'd never been to before, this organic farm, and I'd heard about it, but I'd never actually gone there because such places are expensive and annoying, right? But it turned out they had a sale on my favorite variety of strawberries. So I'm like, yeah, I'll take a flat of those. I have no time to
flat.
Yeah, I have no time to screw around with this, but I have a whole flat of them. And having worked as a bartender, Functional knows what I'm talking about. I don't know if you've ever been a bartender, but when you've done something repetitively for a few years, you get really good at it. Topping and tailing strawberries, I'm a machine. I mean,
oh yeah,
I totally zone out. It's like fishing. It doesn't bother me at all. So I got those things all ready to go, and I bought like a big old bag of cane sugar today, and so I'm making strawberry jam tomorrow. But Albion strawberries are amazing. They're some of the best in the world. And I was
Albions,
yeah, a whole flat of Albions.
Nice.
Please and thank you. All right, so Geodes.
Yeah.
What's going on that you want to share?
Want to share?
Well, yeah. I mean, I know there's stuff going on, but is it anything you want to share?
Not a whole lot. I've been kind of just more or less filling out this new space, so that's all.
I can hear the
Very
size
echoey.
of your room.
I know.
I think I can almost guess how many square feet that place is from the time it takes for the reverb
It sounds
to
like
kick
he's
in.
in a garage. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's his garage, which is what matters.
That's exactly.
That's
right.
It's my garage.
You can be just like end stage Miles Davis, just sitting around on the floor in your underwear eating macaroni and cheese out of a large bowl, just out of the pan that you make it in. That's
Exactly.
yeah.
Wait, what do you do? Put it in a bowl?
Craft dinner.
La-di-da, my name's Harry. I eat out of a bowl.
Yeah, with a spoon.
With a spoon? Oh my Atlanta.
God. All right.
Yeah.
So okay. So next would be DrFunctional.
He did make me dox myself earlier.
I did.
Yeah,
this
sure.
week.
I did.
No, Geodes did.
I was gonna say I would have remembered that.
He's sending me some imported rats.
Oh, okay.
Hi. I rediscovered MotZ recently because I don't know if you can tell. I'm coughing, kind of got a scratchy throat. I'm not getting sick, but I think the quitting of smoking has caught up, and my throat is really raw for some reason. And MotZ, yeah.
Are you like doing the expectorating, the like black
phlegm
and stuff?
Lots of expectorating.
Yeah.
Which is weird because, I haven't fully quit. Still, occasionally have a bum a fag every now and then. But I wasn't like actively smoking, so I was like, I was expecting the rating to be a little bit sooner, but and if you didn't know, MotZ tea is apple cider vinegar tea, basically. And MotZ is if you get the real stuff, the apple cider vinegar, it's got this cloudiness to it. That's called MotZ.
Okay, yeah, like you would see like in balsamic vinegar and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's the same kind of deal. It is packed full of the antioxidants and proteins and all this other great stuff, but it does a wonder for your throat.
Is this basically kombucha?
Energy.
Or is that just another word for the same thing? Or I don't know. What is kombucha then?
I don't know. I could answer your question if I knew what kombucha was.
Well, I mean, I'm still trying to figure out what MotZ
something
tea
hippies
is.
drink.
Well, I mean, it is a hippie thing, yeah. Hippies annoy me. There's a lot.
But I mean,
them.
most naturopathic type stuff has some root in truth. I mean, you can read this thing has is good for losing weight, and it turns out, well, no, it's not actually good for losing weight, but it is an appetite suppressant kind of thing. You know what I mean? So there is some natural stuff to it. And the other thing is, it seems to give me so much more energy than coffee, because one of the biggest triggers for me smoking is coffee. I want a cigarette with my coffee. I want coffee with my cigarette. And I don't really enjoy coffee without the cigarette, so I had to find something else. And I like tea, but tea's tea. Tea's kind of boring a lot of the time for me. So the MotZ tea was something I remember drinking way back when, and I just picked it up again.
Yeah.
And to answer something that Skep was talking about before the show, the best restaurant in all of Toronto is my refrigerator.
Seating area is kind of small, though.
No,
it's cool,
not really.
It's cool.
There's plenty of floor space.
Yeah.
I don't have, well, I mean, I do, but I don't entertain.
Just us, remotely.
Oh, well, I get it, because that's a double entendre.
Yeah.
Wow, I think it's going to be a very silly show tonight.
Yeah.
So
you just have to excuse me when I cough.
Detected.
Yeah, so I mean the food thing. I went to the restaurant supply today and bought myself a 6-pound leg of lamb.
Ooh,
That's got a date with the.
I had my
oven
knife
tomorrow.
sharpened.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Professionally.
Yeah.
So not using the steel, but. Excuse me.
Did you have the edge? Did you have the edge put back on it, basically with a grinding wheel, and then have it professionally redone?
Oh, yeah. Professionally redone. Yeah. Because, I take care of them and I reform the blade edge with the steel, but it's not the same as having them done by somebody proper.
You got to take the grinder to it and get a new edge every once in a while. At least
that's and so my knives all week.
It depends if you have really, really good knives.
I'm trying so hard not to spurg out right now. Okay. You guys start talking about knives and knife sharpening, and this is a deep, deep, deep rabbit hole. Yeah, that's good that you got that done. Usually they just charge by the inch, right?
That's what she said.
When they sharpen knives, most places I've seen when you take them in, they charge by the number of inches of knife blade you bring them.
Oh, I thought she was charging. Never mind. Okay, right.
Yeah.
I think so.
Hey, now.
I don't really pay attention to these things. I just give it to Giuseppe, and Giuseppe is like, "Hey, Mr. Joshua!" Oh shit!
Do I have to kill the stream?
No, that's fine.
I can kill it if you want.
I'm pretty sure people know my first name.
Okay.
I know. I'm pretty sure I've said it.
Well, they do now.
On air. I mean, I don't care.
It's Monsieur Lalique. There you
go. By the way, my first name is Harry.
Yes, as we are all Harry.
Yeah, Skep's first name is Frank.
Oh, I am Harry.
No, I am Hericus.
Yes. Okay. So you got your knives sharpened, and that is a good thing because a dull knife is a dangerous knife and an annoying
I've
knife
been going to
use, and you don't
Giuseppe
want to.
for the last 15, 20 years. So like I go, here are my knives, and he takes them, and you know, I go and get a coffee or something, come back in an hour.
Harry just said a bit of Navy wisdom. I hadn't heard that since Navy Supply Corps school training. A dull knife is a dangerous knife, and that's exactly right.
It is. I've cut myself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've cut myself on my kitchen knives when they were really sharp. I try to keep them sharp.
The way they said it at school was a dull knife is more dangerous than a sharp one.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because a clean cut heals much more readily than a jagged cut.
Not
for
only
instance,
that, you struggle to cut and
with
tear
a dull knife,
with a dull knife, and that's when you slip and you have
cut yourself.
When I switched to double edge razor blades, I remember being kind of freaked out about them because it's like there's nothing sharper than a razor blade. It's razor sharp right there. It's right in the name. I mean, it's just terrifying, right? And I remember handling these things, and I had a certain amount of trepidation. I was thinking, oh, I mean, just looking at them, I'm going to cut myself. And I've been using them for years now. I've yet to cut myself handling a razor blade. It's just not a problem. It's like any other thing, just a little bit of practice and just kind of be careful because it's important to be smart when you're doing dumb things. Yeah. It's fine.
If there have been times I've cut myself with my kitchen knives and I've never noticed.
Yeah.
Afterwards, I go, oh, wow, there's a cut on my hand. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Because the fronts of my hands are so, well, the backs too, because of all the oil splash over the years and other hot, greasy messes on the backs of my hands. But they're so callous that a knife will, like a sharp knife, will cut through the callus, not bleed anywhere. So I don't know that I'm cut. But then as I'm washing my hands, I go, ow, that stings. Oh, wow, there's a big, gash in my hand. It's actually kind of funny.
It can be. Yeah, knife sharpening is a really complicated topic. There are channels on YouTube that are devoted to the spurgery of knife sharpening. I think one is called
I know nothing.
Burr Faction, BURR Faction, and he goes really crazy on the knife sharpening thing. He's got like big tubs of water with whetstones, and there's people who are stropping, and it's like, oh god, it all gets really tedious. I am not one of those people, but
I know how to use steel. That's about it.
I've
used a whetstone on my hunting knife, so I do know how to use a whetstone, but I've never used it on my kitchen knives because I always leave that to Giuseppe.
Harry, do you know how to use a whetstone?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
I have several different kinds of knife sharpeners too, and things for sharpening tools. I like taking care of my stuff. So are these European knives, American knives, or Japanese knives that you had sharpened?
Oh, Japanese.
Okay.
All my knives are Japanese.
And Giuseppe knows what to do with those. He puts the right angle on it and everything. Cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good.
Yeah. When you live in a city that's as culturally diverse as ours, he can sharpen any culture's stuff. Why are you sending me stuff?
We should talk to Sora before she falls asleep.
Yes. Sorry.
Sora.
Hi.
Hi. So how's it going? How's the last week been for you?
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just the stuff you want to share. You still have your old SUV, your old small SUV?
Oh, sure.
Me too.
That's going well.
Yeah.
So the only good thing about my week is that, well, there's two. One, it's over. Two, I saw Bryan Adams last night concert, and I love him.
I'm trying to remember what song he's famous for. Or songs. What are like some of his hits?
9.
Okay.
One of them.
Bryan Adams. I sort of know the name.
I don't know how famous he is outside of Canada.
I remember my first sixth grade.
Summer of '69.
Yes.
That's Summer of '69.
Oh
Yes.
yeah,
Just
that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Just released a new album called "Rolling with the Punches," which is actually pretty decent. He played a few of the songs, and they're quite fun. Anyway. He's amazing, and his band, oh my god, like the guitar player, the drummer, phenomenal on stage, and the stadium was completely sold out, apparently. Good, It makes sense. We're his hometown, so he usually sells out here. I think his mother's 97 years old, and she's in attendance. She was in attendance
Good.
at his concert. Very sweet. Unfortunately, I think his dad passed away years back. But that's very. Of course, he introduced my mother is here. She's 97, and everybody goes crazy because it's very cute. Yeah, I really liked it. It felt so nice. Very wholesome concert.
Good. See, we're already on to wholesome things for
Yeah.
tonight. We have
Well,
lots of wholesome
The
things.
exciting thing is it was his 30th anniversary at that particular arena. He actually was the inaugurating concert, apparently. So, and it's also our Canucks, where Canucks play.
Mhm.
So it transforms into an ice rink during hockey season. So they
And it makes the
gifted
sound
him-
that goes.
he had a banner like they do when someone retires and they award them with a banner, that kind of stuff. I don't know. I don't play stick hockey game ball thing, so I don't really know but apparently it was a very big thing that they give that to him. So everybody was like cheering and stuff. So yay.
Yay.
But I loved it. It was a very good experience. And I found, so when I first just take a few months ago, very, very price. And I didn't quite pay attention to where I got, like, I knew it was close, but we were for
Oh, you're cutting out pretty badly,
we
unfortunately.
might as well have
Yeah.
We kind of can't hear you.
I know, it's frustrating. Try again. You sound okay
Never
now.
mind.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I was just saying, we were sitting, or our seats, we weren't really sitting. The seats that I had was one before the floor, and like the price difference is almost like $1,000.
Oh
But
gosh.
you get the exact same experience. It felt like you were on the floor. I never sat there before, so very good, excellent. And at one point, for the encore, he came and sang, like he was like meters from me. It was very exciting.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a steep gradient. It's,
Yeah.
how many dollars per feet? 1,000.
Well, they were on the resale. They went for resale like over 2,000, I think.
Mm-hmm.
This
there
is
was
Brian Adams.
Brian
This is-
Adams. Yeah.
Brian Adams is killing it. It just blows my mind.
And his mom, who's 97.
God bless her.
Yeah. Well,
Born
that's
the
awesome.
same year born the same year my dad was. He's 97. He'll turn
There
98.
you go.
on-
That was
Halloween.
obviously a very good year.
Yeah. Is she dating anybody?
Yeah.
No. Just kidding.
Well, I don't think so. She's a widow.
No, dad is a widower.
No. There you go.
Just saying.
Oh,
If you can get a number.
I think you've handed me a segue that I can't move away from
Can't
this
pass
one.
up.
I can't pass up this segue. I was going to do things differently, but I'll come back to you, Sora. I had something wholesome I wanted to talk to you about, but
Oh.
Skep just
Go ahead.
did this. Believe it or not, Skep, Oliver North and Fawn Hall got married. Let that soak in for a moment. You remember Oliver North and Fawn Hall, right? Iran
Mhm.
Contra,
Oh, yeah.
Ollie
Yeah.
North,
Yep.
and his secretary, his executive secretary, who basically helped him with the. How do we describe this?
Carry
Iran-
heavy ordnance.
The Iran Contra.
The Iran
Right.
Contra affair. So
Yeah, where we basically were taking drug money to fuel Iran's revolution.
yeah. Well, remember in a previous episode, we were talking about Brooke Shields in that, jeans ad, and like talking about her having good genes. And I was saying, well, we were all aware. I mean, she was such a cultural something that a lot of us knew a lot about her because she was, very front and center culturally. She was not an unknown figure by any means, not just who she was, but a lot of the stuff about her life. Fawn Hall made quite the little splash. In fact, just trying to find a picture of her that wasn't licensed by Alame or what's the other big archive thing that I can't remember the name
that
of?
I see all the time, and I can't remember the name.
Yeah,
of it.
Getty Images. It was actually hard to
Getty,
find an
yeah.
image that I could show without, running afoul of copyright. She sold a lot of autographed photos and was interviewed by Barbara Walters, and she made quite the little splash because she had the big hair, and a lot of people thought she was just the bee's knees. And she was involved in this whole scandal, and it was all quite the little thing. So years went by, and her husband actually died. I think he was like the producer for the Monkees or something, some band, Davy Jones or whatever. He died like 15 years ago. And Oliver North's first and only wife before this passed away. And it was after that funeral, like 6 or 7 months after that these two secretly got married. We've actually lived long enough now to see Oliver North and Fawn Hall finally get together.
And that's interesting because there was so much speculation at the time.
Yeah, and there was nothing
and there was nothing.
Yeah,
I believe there was nothing. I truly think
it was just a powerful man and his executive secretary, and that was that.
And then they got older. Their mates died, and they got scared about being lonely, which believe me happens. And they decided to, grow old together, and I think that's wonderful.
Well, there's no reason for them to be alone if they both care about each other. Why should they be alone? They're not proving anything to anybody.
Yeah,
doesn't mean they love their previous spouses any less. Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, this just kind of blew me away. I heard this, and it was sort of the same reaction that my brain had when somebody said that. God, what is his name? The Kardashians.
Yeah.
Bruce Jenner, when Bruce Jenner became Caitlyn Jenner.
Yes.
I couldn't wrap my head around it. I said, this is a joke, right? You're just messing with me just to try to get a reaction.
Bruce Jenner? What?
You mean the guy on the Wheaties box? The Olympian?
Yeah.
It's like,
testosterone.
okay.
No. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, this whole Fawn Hall Oliver North thing really just kind of caught me off guard. I was like, no, really? Wait, what?
This kind of makes me happy. This makes me happy.
Sorry, everybody who's not old enough to have lived through this. But this was like a big deal for us. Yeah.
They'll have some years of happiness.
Yeah. So yeah, anyway, Oliver North, Fawn Hall, sure.
Why not?
Yeah. And, there was a reason why a lot of people liked her, because she was kind of like wholesome sexy, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a thing.
The secretary next door.
I really miss that hair, though. I know it was a pain in the ass, but I find myself thinking the thing I missed from the 80s really on the women was just that ridiculous hair. It was pretty great.
Farrah Fawcett look.
Sure.
It's a bit of teasing, a lot of hairspray, but the hairspray from back then, which is probably a lot better than the hairspray we have now.
Yeah, it did that properly ozone depleting hairspray.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
So, switching to more mundane things, OpenAI signs contract to buy $300 billion worth of Oracle computing over the next 5 years. Company needs 4.5 gigawatts of power, enough to power 4 million homes. Okay.
We need to be if
mode.
we're a type 0.7 civilization right now. I think we need to be about a 0.9 to satisfy these. We're gonna have to be close to harnessing the power of our Earth, the entire power of our Earth.
So, those of you who are gamers, tell me, is this this sounds like the amount of power that you need for like a energy cannon in Warhammer or something, or it's like the phasers. This is like the output of the phasers on the Constellation class Enterprise from TUES or something. I mean, 4.5 gigawatts is a lot of power. You could do stuff with that other than just having generative AI going. So.
Yeah.
You guys have built computers before. I mean, a bunch of you have built computers or at least purchased them. I know that. And you know how much it costs to buy these damn things. You can get a pretty good computer power-wise for $2,000, right? Now, what these people are doing is by giving all this money to Oracle for the Oracle Cloud, they're essentially paying for the equipment every 6 months. That I always run the numbers, and that's how it works out. But they don't have to manage it. They don't have to run the network. They don't have to do all this stuff. But at the scale they're buying this stuff, this seems like a really stupid thing to do. They're basically saying, oh, well, our primary business is AI, so we're just going to pay Oracle to run all of our infrastructure for us.
I'm looking at this fixed cost.
But this is a lot of money. This is a lot of money. And at this scale, you pay so much more than you have to versus just getting your hands a little dirty and doing it yourself.
Plus, who are they dealing with? They're dealing with Oracle.
Well, Oracle Cloud is actually a pretty good cloud as public clouds go. It's very capable. It's got a lot of good features.
I have no problem with most of Oracle's products, actually.
Yeah.
The problem is the way that the company sells it is dishonest. Sorry.
Well, it's not the same as the
Public
licensing the Oracle software. It's a very similar experience to buying it from Microsoft or from Google or any of those sort of things, or from Amazon Cloud. So it's not as onerous as buying an Oracle database license. Yeah. But you're still making Larry Ellison rich, which already feels kind of wrong, right?
Yep. Very well.
No, my point is, you guys all know how much it costs to build computers. And if you imagine somebody said, okay, I'll lend you a computer, I'll rent you a computer, and then the rent was such that every 6 months you essentially, for 6 months of rent, you could have bought it, you'd be going, why am I doing this? That doesn't sound like a good deal. Well, you'll always have the newest computer and it'll be great. That's really steep. I mean, I don't think any of you would take that deal. I know Geodes wouldn't.
Well, I wouldn't. It looks like it costs way, way too much money.
Yeah, it's really expensive. At these kinds of scales, paying for cloud space from Oracle just doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. It just doesn't make any sense.
For that kind of money, you can devise some pretty gnarly stuff without involving Oracle.
So I've mentioned, Sora.
Yes.
Now you have not seen Mr. Rogers, or you have seen Mr. Rogers?
Neighborhood, yes.
Yeah. So Geodes, is this before you? Where is Geodes?
Probably
he
meowing
needs
at the
to
neighbors.
stay-
He needs to stay muted? Okay.
Yeah, his neighbors are being annoying.
Okay, but most people, I think, have a sense of who he was. Fred Rogers, fantastic guy. There was something about his show that I didn't really realize, which is the music. Now, I didn't realize that the music was live every single time, and that he gave Johnny Costa license to improvise to his heart's content. Because if you're going to have a Ferrari, you might as well take it out on the track occasionally. if you're going to drag a fantastic musician out of retirement to work on your children's show, you should probably let him do what he wants to do. So here's a little bit of video showing what it looks like sort of from behind the scenes at Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
Have an idea. Why don't I just go over there back to the porch and pretend that I'm just starting the television visit, and we'll just do what we ordinarily do right at the beginning of the program.
Fine.
All right?
Sure.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine?
I did not know that was a live band, and that you had, and that just how world class the players were in it. I guess if you're Fred Rogers, you can get talent.
I did not know that till this minute.
Yeah,
I'm shocked.
Yeah, Johnny Costa, look him up. I mean, he's like a big name. Awesome. Yeah. But if you're Fred Rogers and you ask nicely, the other thing I didn't realize about Fred Rogers is he had an education in music. So he wrote music for the show and then would hand it to Johnny, and Johnny would just go, tear loose on it. It's actually, this whole documentary is pretty cool. Let me just put this in the chat for anybody who's interested. This is totally worth a look. I just don't want to get us screwed to the wall over copyright. So, but yeah, I actually recommend this video if you're at all interested in this topic. It doesn't get much more wholesome than Mr. Rogers.
I was reading that. I'm looking at a review on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood soundtrack,
Mm-hmm.
and it says Mr. Rogers' piano player will melt your face, which is a term that comes from the guitar world. So that's what Jimi Hendrix did. He melted everybody's face.
Well, let's live dangerously. Here's a little more from it.
The puppet's also playing.
Of course. They're having a jam session.
Queen Sarah.
Oh, what fun it is to play this way, Mr.
This is a children's show.
That's wonderful.
This is a
They
children's
used
show.
to have stuff like this, though.
Imagine what it's like when you don't treat children like idiots.
Well, you get things like NASA and the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, even if it go back to the Looney Tunes and stuff, like What's Opera Doc and all that sort of stuff,
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
there was like a constant infusion of culture coming in with all the silly stuff. And yeah. Well, anyway, just, Mr. Rogers was pretty awesome. This really is the best timeline. Let's see. So let's put a pin in that and move on. Let's see. Oliver North and Fawn Hall. Let's see. OpenAI. We can check that off. Let's see. So here's a little piece of tech news. A potential revolution. I know most things are. Microsoft backs researchers working on potentially the fastest fiber optics yet. So, hollow core fiber optics achieves record low 0.91 dB per kilometer signal loss. So
Wait, 0.091?
yeah. So when you run a signal through optical fiber, it's a laser that's modulated. That's how the information gets from point A to point B. But glass is actually slower in terms of the speed of light than air is or a vacuum is, like significantly slower. So what they've been trying to do over the years is essentially make an optical fiber that is hollow on the inside. And then you send the signal over this thing, and it effectively goes through air. The problem before this has been they lose so much signal per kilometer that you would essentially have to boost it up to, I don't know, what was it, 4.9 gigawatts? You'd have to essentially amplify the hell out of the laser to be able to go from one end of the country to the other. It was just insane. But the people at Microsoft are sort of, it looks like they're homing in on an optical fiber that can do this sort of thing. And this would give us a much faster, much lower latency network than we have right now. This might be the evolution of the network, the wide area networks before we know it. But yeah, it says early hollow core designs suffered excessive signal weakening, making them impractical, but the latest refinements use ultra-thin glass membranes to maintain the signal while reducing energy loss. Very, very
That's
cool.
amazing.
Because
That's
the
amazing.
networks, everything is just scaling up. And the networks have to keep up. The storage has to keep up. It all has to be sort of in balance. And
Well,
faster networks are very important.
You know what the next thing will be after this, Harry?
I'm
kind of serious about this.
Okay.
It's going to be hollow fiber that's vacuum.
Yeah, I can see that.
It would be easier to run this cable through an evacuated tube than it would be to engineer the fiber to carry a vacuum, I think. Probably. I remember I have to think pessimistically about these things because, I live in the state where, they're trying to build high-speed rail and blah, 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 blah.
For $4 billion, they've almost connected Santa Cruz and the neighboring community of Monterey.
Yeah, it is. Okay, let's not think about this right now. But yeah, new faster networks from Microsoft. Microsoft, to their credit, has been doing some really cool stuff. I think I mentioned the weird quantum chip that they were working on like maybe a year ago. And they had essentially solved through this sort of synthetic quantum bit thing, synthetic qubits. They had an error correction built into them. It was a very sophisticated thing. Sabine Hassenfelder did a really good video on it. I'm not going to try to go over it. But some of the basic research that they're doing at Microsoft is pretty awesome. Back in the day, you had AT&T Bell Labs doing a lot of the heavy lifting, and Nokia and other companies. And with them gone, you know, it's good that Microsoft and IBM are picking up the slack on a lot of this stuff. All right.
You still have Lucent Labs. That's about 2/3 of the old Bell Labs. They're still together.
Yeah.
They still do a lot of research. A lot of patents in that place.
So, Geodes, do you still need to be quiet?
I think I'm good.
Okay. I sent you this article. California in talks to pay hundreds of millions to Valero to stave off refinery shutdown.
Yeah.
Yes. After suing them and taxing them and putting together a committee to take away their excess profits and all this stuff, now suddenly refineries are talking about leaving California. And the one in Benicia is the second big one that's going to be closed. And so what is California's solution? Just give them a bunch of money and maybe they won't leave. Because when you want somebody to respect you, the best thing to do is give them a bunch of money with no strings attached.
Most likely a bunch of money that was technically theirs already.
Possibly, yeah.
So yeah, that's even better.
Yeah.
We're giving you your money back. See, we're not stealing your lunch money.
Valero should say, this is why we're leaving.
Yeah. Valero should just say thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They won't, but they should.
Yeah, this is basically when you get one of those weird conversations, when you're one of these weird phone calls or emails from like an ex-girlfriend, you know, and she's trying to figure out what to do to get you back. It's like, no. Just say no. Just say no. Just put her on your block list and just don't entertain these things. It's like these people have already said they're going to leave. I can't even think about how much money you would have to pay an oil company to stay in California and put up with this BS. If they really want them to stay, they need to do a lot more than just throw a few $100 million at them. This isn't even walking around money for an oil company.
That's true. It's absolutely true.
This is I dropped this on the ground. It actually doesn't make sense for me to take the time to bend over and pick this up money.
Exactly. I don't even light my cigars with it.
Okay. Well, that's California. Let's see. What else is going on in California? We passed a law a while ago that basically extended the statute of limitations on abuse claims, sexual abuse claims, and opened the floodgates to many, many, many lawsuits about things that happened in the distant past. My only objection to those sorts of things is, you know, people need to be able to mount an adequate defense, and it's pretty hard to defend yourself from something like this 30 years later.
If you're accused, you're guilty.
Oh, that's true.
Right.
That's true.
So,
well,
believe all women.
The problem is, it says here, it's been 6 years since Governor Gavin Newsom signed AB 218, dramatically expanding the time people have to file lawsuits alleging they were sexually abused as children. Since then, school districts and other public entities have spent billions defending against the rush of lawsuits the law made possible. Faced with the worsening fallout, legislators are under pressure to rein in AB 218 and stem the bleeding. Yeah, I mean, essentially everybody is just going to be destroyed at the rate this is going. Because
this is what simple planning does.
Yeah.
This is what happens. This is the type of problem you have under socialism, communism, or any of the fascist totalitarian type things. We have the strong central leader who is making, speculating and making the best decisions they can in what they feel is their own interest. And that's never as good as what a competitive market will provide, the decision making provided by a competitive market.
Well, it's not that I don't want people who were abused to get compensation. That's not what I'm saying.
Of course not.
The problem is that the people they're taking this money from are the school districts, for example, and they still need the money they're giving away to actually educate all the kids. So, yes, you want people to be compensated. Yes, you want people to be punished, but the ultimate losers in all this are the current generation of kids that don't have a school that's properly funded to attend.
Yep.
Go, Geodes.
Well, no, I was just going to say, yeah, no, this is, I mean, the problem with these kinds of cases is that the moment you open this, you're going to have anybody who thinks they can get some kind of money out of this just absolutely come forward, as this happens every time. Something that came up on my feed a while back, and this is not to exonerate the man at all. He still did everything that they say he did, but they were looking at some of the cases in New York for Harvey Weinstein, and a lot of the supposed victims apparently had trouble identifying certain anatomy that was his, and as a result, it only a handful actually identified it correctly. But it's like it was like the vast majority of them misidentified it, and this is what happens whenever you like anybody thinks they smell blood in the water. So,
right, and any kind of memory that's been sort of rejuvenated and pulled out of somebody's psyche because of therapy, it's above my pay grade to talk about this part of stuff in psychology, but as I understand it, it is possible for people to construct memories when you're trying to do regression stuff just as easily as it is to bring something up that's was in the past. But anyway, we don't need to talk about this. This is terrible. So how far away is Hamilton functional? Isn't it in Ontario?
Hour and a half, 2 hours?
Yeah. So there's this there's this guy in Hamilton. You already know what this is going to be about? Yeah, you heard about this?
Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting time period.
Yeah. Well, I'll play a little bit of the thing and then just to bring everybody else up to speed, and then I want to hear what you guys think about this.
Everybody has a Ring doorbell camera.
There are 10 security cameras mounted outside of Dan Miles's Hamilton home. He says they've been a valuable tool for crime fighting.
That is a lot of
I've actually
cameras.
participated in evidence sharing of 3 homicides on these cameras, over 40 break-and-enters, multiple home invasions.
Hamilton's are Detroit.
The cameras, Miles says, haven't prevented crime in the neighborhood, but they've helped with investigations.
I've given up over 40 videos to the Hamilton Police Services themselves, who have come here in person and asked me for them.
Including this one, shared also with Global News. Multiple angles of an alleged serial killer.
Sabrina Kuldar was behind that fence.
But now they're telling him to take the cameras down because, and the excuse they're using is that it's because his cameras are looking onto other people's property, and that's a violation of their privacy, yada, yada, yada. You can see from the angles that's really not what's going on.
According to Ontario law.
He's not looking through their windows or anything like that.
As well as, I mean, that's the same excuse we use to prevent the government from using drones, long distance cameras, information gathering, red light cameras, etc., against us. And they said, well, no. So, I mean, the government is not fit for purpose. What can I say?
It's not just that. There's a YouTuber who's very good. I really like him. He's called Runkle the Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
He broke down this case recently. So the issue with Hamilton is they have these bylaws, which is what they're trying to get him under, that was initially enacted however many years ago as a way basically to give power to the police to deal with Hell's Angels and other bikers gangs that they have around there. Stuff like security around potential like business or certain warehouses, stuff like that. Oh, I think my connection's unstable.
You're back now.
I'm back now? Okay.
Yeah.
And up until this case, of course, how many Ring cameras are in Hamilton? How many other people have that? So they're going after him, but they should be going after every single citizen in that place because they're all countervening this particular law, local law. That is
Oh, they're just
was
bullying
put in
them.
place. Yeah, so like this is bullshit. So it'll
And
be interesting to see what will happen. I'll try to find the video from Runkle. I really like his videos. They're very interesting.
and it has to do with the big push because the mayor of Hamilton is also a piece of shit, vapid, worthless scumfuck of a human being. No, I shouldn't even call them a human being. They're just vapid, worthless scumfucks, communist filth that needs to be excised from the country alongside my own mayor. But, you know, one step at a time. But it has to do with the big anti...
laws.
So, Sora, you said fortification laws?
Yeah.
That's what's going on with the cameras? That's what covers them?
Yeah, it's anti-fortification laws.
Oh, anti-fortification.
Yeah, you cannot fortify. But I shared the link to his videos. It's like 18, 20 minutes in the chat there. I can put it in our Zoom meeting chat too for people to save it.
Oh, you put it in the,
it's
show chat.
It's BS. It's absolutely BS. Yeah, I'm not sharing it for you to play it or anything. I'm just for people's interest.
Right.
But it's amazing when you hear this. It's complete freaking bullying. I agree with Functional. It feels. I hate to use the C word of corruption, but that's what it kind of feels like.
I think
it might be is because they've been on this push for regular citizens to sit back and just accept the fact that they've imported hundreds of thousands of third world trash into our neighborhoods over the last decade and 8 million across the country. And they want us to just sit there and take it.
Sounds more like the L word, which is laziness. I think that he's so successfully given them work that they have to do with all this video footage that they're just tired of having to do their job. Because he keeps giving them all, they can't just go, oh, there's no evidence, and then we'll file this away and not look at it. He's forcing them to do their job by producing all this video. And so they can just shut this down by telling him, oh, no more video. You've already done it. You're just done. Because that's what I was thinking. It was just laziness on their part.
I like that idea.
Yeah. Well, I like making people do their jobs, especially government people. So, good on this guy. But yeah, this was kind of disturbing. So it makes more sense now that you tell me Hamilton is basically their Detroit.
Yep.
And Detroit used to be such an amazing city. I mean, it's not that it isn't trying to build back and doesn't have some great things in it, but at the same time, it's like, oh God, it used to be one of the great cities of the world.
It used to be such a big city. Fort Worth is now bigger than Detroit. Think about that. Fort Worth, Texas is bigger than Detroit.
A lot of marble, a lot of classical music, a lot of art. It was a big deal.
Part of the reason why Hamilton and Canada as a whole was doing really well in the late 80s, early 90s, and our dollar was overtaking yours was our steel exports that came directly out of anyone? Bueller? Hamilton. Alongside other industry, energy production, cars, whatever.
Tar sands,
but the second the government said no more steel, they were like, wait, what? And it just completely killed the city. The city was on track, on pace to outgrow Toronto. Think about that.
Yeah.
I think they're probably at like 600,000 now. And Toronto's a city of 3.8 million. So,
So
something good did come out of it. We shot a lot of TV shows over there.
Oh, it's true.
Because it was cheap.
Forever Night, probably.
Lots of abandoned buildings and warehouses and shit to film crime scenes.
Yeah, you can make a lot of those fake Hollywood explosions that have no shockwave. They just make a lot of light and noise.
Yeah.
Actually, I did my master's thesis on a lot of the reason that Canada got its ass handed to it in the steel industry. And that was the Japanese specialty steel outfits. That really was what nailed you guys in the 70s.
Oh, in the 70s?
Yeah, the 70s was,
okay.
was where that really that effect started to happen.
Call back to functional.
Okay, because I know that there was
a lot of information on that.
There was another stall in the.
And then the
I want to say
80s.
88.
Yeah, no, it was about in the mid 80s.
Oh, okay.
It was. It doesn't matter when. Anyway, yeah, but basically, yeah, the foreign imports from Japan.
Yeah, Japan, it was Japan, steel. And also it was also from South America too. I don't think it was very much, but I know that it was due to imports and manufacturers buying cheaper steel overseas that was being not tariffed and taxed and whatever as much as domestic steel was. It completely killed the industry, gutted it. Government strikes again.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to think if I remembered. Wasn't there some kind of big scandal up there back in the 80s in the in some steel company, and the name of the company was like Steelco or something.
AC Delco.
AC Delco? No, it wasn't that. It was actually a steel. It was because when I was researching Jones and Laughlin Steel, as a matter of fact, that I ran across that. God, I'm sorry, it's been 40 years. I just cannot remember. Anyway.
I don't remember.
I'll go look it up. I'll DM you.
Well, let's talk about some other terrible / good things. I have a weird medical one for you. And I mean this sincerely. This is a weird one. So buckle up, everybody. Man 34 has tooth implanted in eye to restore his vision. You all had time to process what I just said?
Say that sentence.
Okay, I'll say the next sentence. Tooth in eye surgery sounds like science fiction, but it can help people with severely damaged corneas see again. It is a very...
Tooth in the eye? Is that what you said?
Yeah, tooth in eye. Tooth implanted in eye to restore his vision. It is a weird bit of surgery. Okay, so it says, it seems bizarre, but the complex operation informally known as tooth in eye surgery can help restore vision in patients with the most severe forms of corneal blindness. Essentially, cornea is blown out, everything else still works. Okay, so...
so they're creating a new lens.
They're creating a new lens, but the problem is one of rejection. And they need something that can actually stand up to it. It says, sounds a little bit of science fiction. Who thought of this? But this is crazy, yada, yada, yada. Usually a reaction is shock and surprise and frank disbelief that it even exists. The technique was developed in the 1960s, and Maloney estimates several hundred people around the world have undergone the procedure. Cool. It's for patients who have a healthy back of the eye, but have suffered severe damage to the front of the eye, the cornea, from a chemical burn, fire, or explosion, or an autoimmune reaction where the immune system attacks the eye. In most cases, doctors need a way to restore a clear window to the back of the eye, like changing a severely damaged windshield in a car. It turns out a tooth with a lens implanted in the eye is the solution. They have to take like a piece of a tooth and then they grow tissue around it and put a little lens in it.
They're just using it as a substrate.
And implant that in the eye. Well, because the material in the tooth will actually hold up to the duty cycle, and because it's his own material, it doesn't get rejected. Yeah. It's like you go IFF and it's just fine. Now there's kind of a weird picture of what this looks like further on, and I'm not going to scroll into that. But I thought this was an amazing headline. Yeah. They basically, let's see, I think I can show a little of this. Let's see. Nothing too scary here. Because the image of the eye, okay, well, let's just change that right there. We'll skip over that part. Okay, let's skip back here. Okay, so here's an actual image of the bit of tooth matter and the lens that they've placed in it. Can we all see that?
That's so cool.
That is really cool. And so the tooth was then put back into Chapman's cheek and implanted in a fat pocket underneath his eye for 3 months so that the body could grow tissue around it. Maloney would use it to stitch and anchor the structure to the front of the patient's right eye. Yeah, apparently this is a thing. It's a very innovative solution.
This sounds Russian. This is like what those Russian ophthalmological surgeons, the ones who developed RK in the first place.
Well, I thought that was inspired by an accident, and then sort of like penicillin mold.
Yeah,
somebody had an eye injury and ended up coming out of it with greatly
better
improved vision. Yeah.
So, well, what happened? Let's look at the lens of your eye. Oh, look.
Well, nothing ever
got
breaks
deformed.
or blows up and sends shattered glass in your eye in Russia. It's just too safety conscious there.
They really are.
Yeah.
They really are.
Yeah. They care about their people.
That's infrastructure you can depend on.
I keep getting these ads in my YouTube feed for that movie about Chernobyl.
Mm-hmm.
It's like YouTube really wants me to watch that movie, and I don't want to.
It blowed up real good.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Okay, this is also an interesting one. Now, this is going to trigger everybody's skeptical impulse, okay? Because here's the headline: Study strengthens link between shingles vaccine and lower dementia risk. Now, the first thought that is probably going through everybody's head here is, well, how did they know? What was the control group? Maybe people who have more of an emphasis on their health get the shingles vaccine versus those that don't. All valid concerns. All valid concerns. Except the fly in the ointment is what they did is there was there's a legal thing that happened. So essentially the vaccine was available to a certain group of people. And then for people who were, it wasn't available to one group. And then for people who were a year older, it became available. And because of the timing of the law and when these things were prescribed, you had two groups that were very nearly identical, separated by such a small amount of age that it was almost negligible. And they could study the effects of the vaccine on one group versus the other. And what they found was the people who got the shingles vaccine had a 20% lower incidence of, Alzheimer's? No, dementia than the other group. So just to read a little bit from the abstract, neurotropic herpes virus may be implicated in the development of dementia. Moreover, vaccines may have important off-target immunological effects. Here we aim to determine the effect of live attenuated herpes zoster vaccine on the occurrence of dementia diagnosis. To provide a causal relationship as opposed to correlational evidence, we take advantage of the fact that in Wales, eligibility for the zoster vaccine was determined on the basis of an individual's exact date of birth. Those born before 2 September 1993 were ineligible and remained ineligible for life, whereas those born after 2 September 1933 were eligible for at least 1 year to receive the vaccine. That's how they were able to get the two different groups. So my main objection to this is moot, because it actually has a really good control group, as good a control group as you could ever hope to have, which means that maybe this might actually be something. Also, shingles is a pretty terrible disease. I've known several people who've had it, and everybody is pretty darn miserable when they get it. So, I mean, I've had the shingles vaccine. I'm sure Skep has.
I have too.
Yeah. This is not one of the vaccines you want to skip.
No, definitely not. Get this one and the pneumonia. Also, if you're old, get the pneumonia.
This isn't some weird mRNA thing. This is just
this is good stuff. This is attenuated, probably herpes zoster virus.
Well, it's like the universe is trying to kill us. I mean, there's all these little strands of RNA floating around, and it's not even alive. It's not even enough to be called a living organism, but it's just everywhere, and it gets inside of us and then just causes all kinds of havoc. Between
RNA
this and mad
is
cow
a sturdy
disease.
little chemical too. Did you know that? I mean, it has a very, very high pyrolytic temperature. It's like 800 degrees.
Oh,
get rid of that stuff.
Yeah, I don't think a well-done steak's going to take care of that one.
No, sir.
At least we're not hearing about prions all the time anymore. That was scary as hell.
No more mad cows.
No more mad cows. You were going to say something, Sora?
Nope, just laughed.
You just made a noise, so it threw me off here. Okay. Are you guys familiar with a condition called fatty liver?
Mm-hmm.
So non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. It can come from a number of different things. Sometimes there's a genetic basis or an autoimmune basis to it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a number of different ways people can get this. Turns out there might be a simple way to make things a little better. Fatty liver breakthrough, a safe, cheap vitamin shows promise. It's vitamin B3 or niacin.
Niacin?
Yeah, it actually looks like it cuts down on the gene expression that causes this to go crazy in the liver.
Did you ever take a bunch of niacin so you?
No. Don't be careful. Minions of the Zoo is telling you not to take a bunch of niacin.
don't do that. That's very bad.
I'll tell you a story in a little bit. Okay. Approximately 30% of the global population is affected by metabolic associated fatty liver disease, a condition that previously lacked targeted treatments. I mean, it's not a good thing to have. It's a very unhealthy thing to have. Because you'll get your blood work done and they'll say, why are your ALT levels like this? What is going on? You'll say, you'll be like, I'm not doing anything, not overweight, not whatever. And it's just that your liver is screaming for help. And the reason it's screaming for help is because it's got way more little fatty deposits in it than it's supposed to. It's not just alcohol that causes this to happen. And if your liver gives out, that's bad. That's really, really bad.
Because lipolysis will stop and you will die.
And you will die. If it turns out that just taking your multivitamin might actually help, like vitamin D, vitamin B3.
Take your vitamin D, take your B complex, and your E. Yeah. And make sure you're getting enough vitamin C so your gums don't bleed.
Yeah. So the Scientologists, we all remember them. They have this one, because remember I told you they tried to recruit me and I got away from them, because I was trying to get a friend out of trouble. Well, sorry, former friend.
Yeah.
So they have this thing they do called the Purification Rundown. And what they do is they actually stick you in a sauna and then they give you a whole bunch of niacin. And you get like this terrible, terrible flush that kicks in, and it causes some really unpleasant effecks. It's not fun.
Feel funny.
It's not fun at all. Okay,
no,
a niacin flush is really not fun because it's like having prickly heat and a horrible rash, and it's just terrible. You don't want to overdose on niacin at all. If you and there's two different forms of B3, and one of them causes the flush, the other one doesn't. The one that causes the flush is the one that actually has the good benefits. Again, not a doctor. But they give them a bunch of this stuff, which causes this terrible reaction. And the last place in the world you want to be with this reaction is in a sauna. That's like hell. Yes. That is just the most terrible thing. But what they do, Skep, is they sell it to them and say, this is the effect of all the radiation and other negative things that have happened to your body being released as you're being purified in the sauna. Purification rundown. And then they sell it psychologically by making people OD on niacin.
I would explain to them exactly what is happening. I would say, no, nothing like that is happening. I'll explain to you what is happening. And I would explain to them what is happening. And then they would ask me to leave.
But if B3 actually helps with fatty liver, talk to your doctor. Seriously, that's like cheap, and there's really no downside to trying that out.
Niacin is cheap and it's easy to get your RDA. It also won't upset your stomach.
Yeah, you don't need a lot of it.
Yeah, exactly. That's part of the reason.
So Geodes.
Yes.
Another thing that I sent you was this robbery that happened at the San Jose jewelry store.
Mm-hmm.
Here. Okay.
You said Geodes to rob a San Jose jewelry store?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Why can't I get him to do things?
Was injured last Friday during a robbery at his shop.
Oh, let's just fast forward here to the video.
Live outside the
small businesses after this happened in San Jose Friday. Surveillance cameras rolling as a large group of thieves backed a car into the Kim Hung jewelry store just before 2 in the afternoon as the shop was closing.
I mean, what the hell are you going to do? That's way more people.
I would open these assholes.
There is no. The last thing you want to do is make a crowd this big mad. Opening fire is not going to solve the problem.
It'll solve a few of them.
It depends on the armament you have.
That is too. He's not going to have Claymore mines set up inside his jewelry.
You don't need Claymores.
It's a competent machine gun.
That is way too many people. You're just going to end up having problems. But here's Okay, now, for one thing, I'm a little concerned about why this guy is shirtless. Okay, so why is a shirtless old man running a jewelry store? I've been to a lot of jewelry stores in my life. Never once has there been a shirtless old man behind the counter.
Well, he's
Maybe
closing up.
piercing his nipples.
Yeah, maybe.
Could be.
Well, he also falls down, but he falls down on a mattress. So I'm wondering if did they lock that old guy in there and make him sleep behind the counter? What the hell is going on in this jewelry shop? But that's not really the issue. This is like 24 people breaking into his shop. That is like an overwhelming number of robbers.
What?
Let me tell you.
Hold on. Sora's trying to talk.
I'm sorry.
Just give me a second. Go ahead, Sora.
What do they think they're going to do with all that? Sell it to those we buy gold for cash places? Is that what
Sure.
their goal is?
Yeah.
Wear it.
Or
Like,
to
melt it down?
give it
Because it's
to some other joyeria place, and then they'll sell it someplace else. There's ways to get money for jewelry like that. They're not going to get top dollar, but they don't care. Okay, I think I've answered Sora's question. So go ahead, Skep.
I was thinking about where are they going to fence that that stuff, and then I got to thinking about who does something like this. I really think if you dropped 4 or 5 of them with a burst of machine gun fire, I think the rest of them would run out of. They would run out of the store. Like they would scrabble out of there like cockroaches.
Because they are in fact cockroaches. Yes.
No, you just put your cannon fodder.
Gently hose them down, back and forth, short bursts.
Yeah. Put your cannon fodder in front. This all happened so suddenly. That's an overwhelming number of people. But this isn't the only thing that happened this week. So just a little bit later this week, then this happened in Milpitas.
Let's move on now. A violent attack in the South Bay. Armed and masked vandals storm into a Milpitas shopping center in a brazen attempt to rob a jewelry store. Similar robberies in the Bay Area.
Did you see them running away, though? You see this part where they're running away? That's because they had a gun and started shooting at them as they were trying to break in.
So my point made. Jeez. Thank you, Larry.
Yeah, well, this I don't understand in a few ways. This is probably the Great Mall of America or something in Milpitas. It's an enormous, huge, terrible thing, right? I've been there once, and I don't even remember why I had to go there, but I had to go there once, and I said, no, I'm never doing this again. Huge, ginormous parking lot. I think if you're going to rob somebody, you should maybe not go to a place where getting away is going to be very, very difficult. This is not a place where a speedy getaway is going to be possible because it's just permanent gridlock. You're just not going anywhere.
Yeah. I don't think you understand the caliber of, and I use this word very loosely, human beings we're dealing with here.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't understand. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad my brain doesn't work like theirs. I'm just thinking,
probably just as well.
Just maybe thinking one step ahead, like, okay, so you steal all this stuff, then what? Because that first one, you could maybe get away. This one, you're going nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, profit.
Yeah. And just so you know, this is really close to this is a short drive from Oakland. Just saying. All right. We don't need to beat this topic up. Yeah, but people are starting to notice, and they're starting to try a little harder to crack down on this stuff. Man, it'll be a great day when every Soros-backed DA in the country is gone. We just need to get rid of these people. We need to remove the incentive for people to behave like savages. It's just
that mall in Milpitas is just substandard.
Yeah.
Fuck that mall. It's not even a real mall.
It's terrible. I hate that one. But there's like big other malls near there, not like the Great Mall of America, this big indoor thing, where you can get some pretty amazing Asian food there. There's some pretty nice restaurants in Milpitas, but I don't like going to the East Bay. Full stop.
Mall of America is stunning. It's just so huge.
This thing is huge, but I'm surprised there aren't a lot of people. There aren't a lot of people there in this video. So I wonder if it's sort of dying a slow death like a lot of other malls are now, thanks to Amazon and COVID.
Have a lot of vacant space.
Okay, so in entertainment news, let's just fix this.
I had a little comment on that. My big thing is, yes, it would be nice to get rid of the criminal element, but the other part of that equation is get rid of the criminal element behind the benches and the people who are making policy that are saying, "Oh no, it's fine to rob up to under $10,000 or whatever." Those people need to be put in jail too.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So Highlander is going to be delayed because Henry Cavill got injured.
Was it because he was making Space Marine?
Says Henry Cavill's Highlander, which was set to go into principal photography this month, will now be pushed into 2026 after the actor sustained an injury during pre-production. The type of injury was unclear, but the project had been putting the final pieces on its sprawling cast as it barreled toward production in the coming weeks. It is now aiming to film at the top of next year. Yeah, apparently he got himself injured, so you are all going to have to wait just a little bit longer for Henry Cavill to be the Highlander.
Okay.
Which is unfortunate, because that's going to be good. You don't need instant gratification, right, Sora?
No, I just want a good project.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I definitely would rather them take their time, not get him hurt.
Shirtless.
A shirtless Henry Cavill. Shirtless, but not headless.
No.
Yeah, because that would be bad. Okay. So I did not know this. Maybe this is true. Maybe Shatner's just mouthing off. But William Shatner is basically claiming that he did not get any dollars from syndication of Star Trek.
Why would he have a syndication deal back then?
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's no way he would have cut a syndication deal back then.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think his career's gone more than well enough. I think he'll be fine.
He's not living in the trailer anymore.
He's been able to afford a few divorces, so he's still doing fine. Yeah. It does make me a little bit sad. I mean, but who said life was fair? I'm sure he got a pretty good paycheck for the day just to be in the show, especially in those second and third seasons.
Yeah.
That first season, I'm betting he didn't make a whole lot of money.
No, I think he made most of his money from Trek from the movies, I believe.
Yeah.
The show didn't pay any of them especially well. I mean, for the time, maybe above average, but I desperately trying to remember when, but he's always been sort of like, they paid us peanuts. So I don't know if he is, like you said, just running his mouth or it's actually a thing, because I remember Leonard and what's his name? The Japanese guy.
George Takei.
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 Yeah, that one.
Yeah, Leonard and George also mentioned. Oh my. That Trek didn't pay them very well either. And I'm like, yeah, but George, there's a reason. There's a reason you didn't get paid well. Leonard, okay, makes me a little bit more suspect. Bill, okay, makes me a little bit more suspect. Excuse me.
Well, it was very, it was a difficult production. Money was tough. In fact, we're lucky it got made at all. If it hadn't been for Lucille Ball and Desilu Productions, and Lucille Ball specifically actually intervening on their behalf, this show would not have existed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, Lucille Ball, thank you 1,000 times. Thank you. Whatever bad things I may have said in the past about you, you're okay in my book.
Wait, what have you been bad-mouthing Lucille Ball? What's wrong with you?
Lucille Ball is not my favorite comedian.
She's a comedian?
Yeah.
Those were jokes?
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing with the chocolate factory, that was a joke.
That was actually one of the funnier bits. I mean, the physical comedy thing was pretty good. I like her a lot better as a person than I did as an actress or a comedian. Yeah. I think she was a pretty damn good person, but
do you know how she was babysat when she was a kid?
Well, this is a deep cut. No, what? How?
Dad was not in the picture. Mom had to work, so Mom would tie her to a dog stake in the front yard.
Nice.
She would stay in the front yard till her mother got home.
Now that's just
That's pretty
genius.
terrible.
I read the biography.
Yeah. Well, like for instance, Gracie Allen had amazing timing. I mean, she doesn't get nearly the amount of respect that she deserves.
No.
Gracie Allen she really was insanely talented. And nobody knows at this point.
Jimi Hendrix of timing.
Yeah, nobody knows at this point.
No kidding. Boy, do you have the handle on that? That's absolutely true. People don't even realize how good she is.
Yeah, when Jack Benny is telling you that his inspiration for timing is Gracie Allen.
Right.
Oh, yeah. All right.
It's just
anyway.
perfect. Go back and listen to some of those old Burns and Allen's tape.
Oh yeah, she was so good.
She was more than half of that act, in my opinion.
Well, we're doing a pretty good job of avoiding most politics. But I got to make fun of California a little bit. Hey, Functional. Controversial non-stick pan ban clears critical hurdle in California. First, I did not know there was a factory in Vallejo, California, where they make non-stick pans. I didn't think that was anything that was made in U.S., let alone California.
Are they made with chlorofluorocarbons?
Well, they got rid of PFOA, which was a bad chemical that they used to use to make Teflon pans, right?
Yep.
But PFAS, other things. So in this things, the measure bans cookware
I'm just
containing...
proud you managed to get the byline out.
Yeah, perfluoroalkyl and polyfluoroalkyl substances were more commonly referred to as PFAS from being sold in the state. It would also ban new cleaning product, dental floss, juvenile product, food packaging, or ski wax that contain PFAS from being sold starting in 2028. Now, the French have a similar ban. I was trying to see, well, how far away is California from the rest of the world? The French actually banned this, but they explicitly put in a exemption for cookware. Because I guess it's a little hard to make these nonstick things without some of these chemicals. There are some alternatives that are coming around just now for people who need nonstick pans. Functional. You want to say something?
I don't.
No? Well, I mean, no, we don't.
I wanted to know what... Okay, so I understand when you want to ban a harmful chemical from cookware because it's used in the preparation of food, and then you might get non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. No, I'm just kidding. But like ski wax?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of things have taken it out of food packaging because I don't want forever chemicals in my body. This seems kind of reasonable.
Like, I agree that there needs to be some kind of regulations when it comes to these. See, with CFCs, it was easy. It was, well, this is stuff that actually eats the ozone that, is horrible to breathe in. Let's find alternatives. Like, and again, with PFAS, if it's in, food packaging or food cookware or the like, sure, I understand it, but like, I don't understand. Is there a reason that we know of here on the panel of why it would be for ski wax or things that aren't consumed?
Because it's slippery. That's why you would put it in ski wax and in dental floss. You want something that makes something slippery that's inert and non-reactive.
Why it would be banned for
because they don't want it in the environment. Okay,
so there's okay. That's where I was kind of like losing my mind, going, it's fucking ski wax. What's it going to do? But if it's getting into the environment and it actually causes harm, okay.
And these chemicals don't break down readily at all.
Well, that's why they're called forever chemicals, because they
big, strong, stable molecules that slide against each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally how they work, and they'll slide against your finger, and they feel slippery. That's what that is.
One study found that 97% of Americans had PFAS in their blood. Well, that's really just a testament to how good we are at measuring very, very, very small concentrations of chemicals.
That's true.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that our bodies are full of these things. So exposure to PFAS is associated with increased cholesterol, decreases in birth weights of children, kidney and testicular cancer, and lower antibody response to some vaccines. Okay. Well, setting that aside, it's really easy for California to just ban something, to just go Prop 65 on it. You get very little pushback, but this is just one more set of industries that are going to not be in California. It's a global problem, and California banning it all by itself kind of doesn't make any difference. They think they're taking the lead or setting an example, but this really should be handled at the federal level at a minimum. It does not. This is not something the state should be handling on its own. In my opinion,
it being California is why I was asking, because they are the type of state in your country that just will. Oh, I don't like the color blue. Blue T-shirts are banned. You know, like you have like some of the dumbest people in government in your state, and you know that's where my mind went.
Yeah, we're number one. Well, here's
not in the right way.
Here's one law that they're coming out with, which I sort of kind of agree with, and it's only because there's not enough competition in the market. California bill lets renters escape exclusive deals between ISPs and landlords, meaning that if you move into a building and essentially your ISP decision has been made for you by the owner of the building, and it's a cost that you have to pay because it's bundled. Like, here's your internet. It's from my buddy Bob, who works over at Spectrum or whatever.
Yeah.
And they get a kickback and all that sort of stuff. I think requiring landlords to be sort of carrier neutral when it comes to a basic service like an ISP kind of makes sense. But I don't like government rules and regulations, but I feel like if you're going to try to find a place to live, supply is often so constrained that it's really, there's not a lot of competition for people. Over the long term, you could say, oh, well, I'll never live in an apartment complex from this company again because of this stupid ISP thing. But if you show up in a place and you need a place to live and you're just like, there's a 4% vacancy rate.
Sometimes you don't have a chance.
You are just getting, this is a pretty pro-consumer thing in my opinion. What do you think, Geodes?
Yeah, I would agree. It's pretty... Seems to make sense.
When you want to find an apartment, you just show up and there's just all the choices in the world, right? Just,
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. It's an embarrassment of riches.
Mm-hmm.
If it turns out like there's 3 places you can live and all of them are getting a kickback from Bob at Spectrum, just to pick a company, that's kind of a problem. I do think that these should be carrier neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, so not everything California does is bad. This is actually...
No, and that's exactly what sub-federal governments should be doing. And it's their purpose is to protect the body politic, right?
Well, outside of the
your
uniform...
constituents, not the body politic.
Well, outside of the Uniform Commercial Code, almost all of this civil stuff lives at the state level, and there's a lot of variation between the states. Skep, you must want a piece of this.
Okay. Here's the thing. Who has the duty to know what the deal is with a landlord? Somebody wants to rent a place and they go out and they say, okay, you have this exclusive deal. I have to take my ISP through them. That's the only thing that's going to be provided. You know, if not, I'm on my own. And, you know, can they do that? That's hard. That's probably going to have to be figured out in courts, unfortunately.
Well, there are also some severe privacy implications here.
Yeah.
If, what is it? I can't remember what they're called now. There's all this slang for people who self-stimulate themselves to pornography. Gooners? Coomers, gooners. They're currently the slang is gooners, right?
Benjamins.
Yeah, so gooners. So suppose somebody's just like a really enthusiastic gooner, and they get an apartment at some place that's got this bundled thing. The actual customer to the ISP is the apartment complex, meaning that the apartment complex could use whatever tools are there to monitor the activity on the network. They could probably find out a lot more than they have any right to know about what people are doing with those networks since it's bundled under that account.
Mm-hmm.
But the same thing, I mean, obviously I'm using the most humorous example possible, but there's things about people's medical history and who knows what else could be in there, right? A lot of stuff that is none of their business. I don't like the idea of. It's fine if they want to offer it as an option, but to lock them in and say, well, if you want to have internet, you have to basically pull it in through us, through our deal that's bundled. I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't want that either.
Yeah, it's kind of a 90-10 thing. There's about a 10% part of me that kind of feels like this is just another unnecessary law. And I know what Academic Agent would say about this, but I just don't feel like there's real competition in these markets. I think in sort of a very real sense, these markets are small enough that there's not real competition, which is why I went to Geodes, since, he knows what I'm talking about. Yeah. Trying to find an apartment just sucks, right?
That's really weird. It feels really odd that that's even a thing that's loud. I don't know.
Well, I actually was shopping an idea back in, what was it, the 90s, to set up like an ISP sort of thing for certain types of businesses. And it was all going to be wireless across these different campuses. And people would basically pay me money. So I was going to be bringing in like a T1. That was a lot at the time, Skep. And setting up,
What year was this?
This is in the 90s, mid 90s.
90s, okay.
And I was going to set up these wireless ISP things aimed at certain types of businesses. And that was an idea that I was trying to get going. And at that point, you didn't really have a lot of competition at the ISP level. So it was a whole different landscape. Right now, at any given zip code, you probably have 3 or 4 different options in most parts of the US. Some places are only going to have just, the telephone, DSL, and Comcast. But yeah, I don't know. I shouldn't keep going about this thing, but I don't really feel like there's a lot of competition in the rental market. So I think this is an okay law. California, you get a pass on this one. Okay, so let's see. What else would you guys want to hear before we have to go away? I'm going to skip that because I got a bunch of stuff here. Non-stick pans, fatty liver, shingles. And we can make fun of that guy later. Henry Cavill. Okay. Here's a little palate cleanser. This I think is pretty funny. So that time a lawyer appeared before a judge at a virtual court case while Zoom had a problem with a kitten filter had the most wholesome reaction.
Ponton, I believe you have a filter turned on in the video settings. You might want to take a look.
Can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is, and I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here. She's trying to, but I'm prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
I remember this when it was when it first happened. God, I love it so much.
You're live. I'm not a cat.
I'm not a cat. For me, the Southern accent, is icing on the whole cake. It's so cute. I love him.
Yeah. So here's a great idea for anybody who's been in a relationship for a while. This is a really great thing. The Decisionator saved my marriage, says software engineer. Device automates restaurant, chore, date night, and movie night choices. Optimizing is the way of life for some. So he built this little device to make it so that you didn't have to have long conversations. Oh, can't figure out where to eat? It's just like a little video thing. You just press a button and it says, okay, well, you're going to eat here.
Yeah, but let's not pretend like us fellows would get any sort of veto power, whereas, the other side of the aisle, no, I don't want Chipotle. No, I don't want Domino's. No, I don't want KFC. You vetoed everything in the machine, woman. Pick something.
Yeah. I'd just hand her the machine and say, let me know when you've got a decision.
Normalize, especially if you're going to do takeout night, right? Normalize getting takeout from more than one place and enjoying your own food together. Because the whole point is you eat together, right?
Yeah.
So just go to the place you want to eat, the place then your partner wants to eat, you get your food, and let's be real, get a little bit extra so someone's going to end up wanting what you're eating, and that's fun.
Sora.
And then
that was really well worded. I'm actually very proud of you. Get a little extra because there's somebody who's gonna. Yeah, good job, Sora. Yeah,
I think it's more fun.
It is more fun. And plus, there's no calories when you take it off to somebody else's plate. I mean, that's
something to remember.
That's where the 0-calorie fries come from.
Yeah. My children.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of video here. Let's see.
A couple of buttons and a DSI display. So when I press this button, it spins and chooses a restaurant so that the wife and I don't have to pick one out. The Decisionator can pick it out for us.
Ooh,
Looks like we're having Chipotle tonight.
This is fun. I do like the idea. I think that's
No, I think this is fantastic.
Look at this, Chipotle, 20th night in a row. Boy, sure.
Are you trying to imply that he likes Chipotle and he might have put his thumb on the scale, Skep?
Yeah, exactly. Can't get enough of that great Chipotle taste.
Never. Never. Okay, so that's the Decisionator. Okay.
He's innocent. I don't know what you're talking about.
He's also not a cat.
Yeah. I promise you, I'm not a cat.
One of my grandkids works at Chipotle's, by the way.
How do they like it?
Well, she's just just cleans up stuff and runs trays back and forth. It's pretty menial, but she likes the atmosphere there. Likes the food.
Do they get? I was gonna ask because I know they get to eat. Yeah, because I know here they get to eat too. I had a high school friend who worked at Starbucks, and she got free coffee at the time. No, this is a very long time ago. It was great.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
We have one here. I've never been.
I really like it. But it's depending on who you get to make your food is sometimes you get a lot more ingredients than other times. So like for the volume, the I quite like the taste. And even the sofritas, which is I don't know if it's tofu based or whatever, it's their vegan option. It's quite tasty.
I've eaten at Chipotle 3 times and I got food poisoning twice. So
that's a ringing endorsement.
Sucks.
I haven't been to Chipotle for 20 years now, so for that very reason. I'm sorry, but like that's just a ratio. I can't write that off.
No, I wouldn't step foot in if that was me.
And it wasn't just like a little bit. It wasn't just like a little bit of food poisoning. It was like I was really kind of sick for a day and a half. Food poisoning.
Was it the same one too?
I don't remember. It's all kind of a blur of pain and suffering.
Well, I'm still going to try it next week.
I think it might be the same one.
You were sick for more than a day. I mean, you were sick for a day and a half.
Yeah, like that's that's
Clostridium.
It was not good.
Yeah, that's from beef.
Well, they had some serious problems with people getting sick back in the 90s. And they've since cleaned up a lot of that stuff. I mean, these things happen, new chain, stuff can go wrong. But I'm just still sort of, my life is okay without it. I just have it's just, I feel like I know that nothing bad is going to happen, statistically speaking. But if I went there and I got food poisoning again, it would be 6th grade camp all over again. I would just hate myself for putting myself in the line of fire again.
It's right. Exactly.
And so I don't want to have that conversation with myself. So I'm just like,
there's
no.
only one way to avoid that moment. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that is to stay the hell away. And there's plenty of places to eat.
Yeah.
And lots of them are better than Chipotle. Fine. It's just okay.
I didn't know that KFC has a chicken pot pie option. I like chicken pot pie quite a bit. Apparently that's their least popular item on their menu. But I love chicken pot pie.
Chicken pot pie.
If I had to go to KFC, and I think that would be the thing I would pick.
Like that.
Yeah. I mean, screw the bowl where they put corn and gravy and all this stuff in it. No, just give me a chicken pot pie. I'll eat that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Please and thank you.
Is it with the KFC chicken?
Don't know.
Like with
I can't see beneath the crust. I've just seen a picture of it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think they use regular chickens.
Yeah.
Well, I just mean like, you know, they have the
could be the
coated
3D
chicken
printed ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I've had chicken pot pie with fried chicken in it.
Right.
Ooh, how was that?
Oh, so good.
He seems a little redundant, but sure, what the hell?
The thing is,
why not?
The breading got so soaked with the gravy, it was just super thick gravy, but it absorbed all that flavor and just, oh my God, my mouth is watering.
Okay.
It was good.
Yeah, it is good. What the hell were we talking about? Let's see. Chipotle, chicken pot pie. Oh, okay. So remember, I mentioned American Graffiti, the movie, a couple shows ago. I don't remember exactly how long, but it was recently. I mentioned American Graffiti. And, that spawned Happy Days. And of course, there was all this nostalgia thing that was going on in the 70s for the 50s and the 60s. Well, in American Graffiti, there was this thing which was Mel's Diner. I have to be a little careful with this this clip here. So this is Mel's Diner from American Graffiti. Let's see if it will load. Come on, load. Piece of crap. I have all this bandwidth. Okay, so here's Mel's Diner from American Graffiti. So that actually was a real location in San Francisco. Now, it's moved to a new location since then because San Francisco didn't have room for something like this. That real estate's way too expensive. So it's been since replaced by the thing that's in the thumbnail for this episode. But they're still around and they're actually branching out. So it looks like the diner, as shown here on Lombard Street in San Francisco, that's a great look. I love everything about this. It was also open 24 hours. I love a good 24-hour diner.
I'm with you.
I do, man.
That's just the best.
Do they still exist, or did they get killed by COVID?
There's still some that exist out there. There was one. There was a pepper mill, which is a big like Reno, Las Vegas thing, and they had one of the pepper mill coffee shops in the Silicon Valley. And then there was also the Garden City Cafe and a few other things. I used to, in my startup days, I would eat a lot of meals at 3 a.m. because that's when the work stopped.
Because that's the startup.
Man, just get yourself a French dip made with sliced prime rib with some really good au jus at 3 a.m. Oh, so good.
Why do you hate me?
That's a young person's game, though. I can't eat that kind of stuff at 3 a.m. or I'll die. But it turns out they've actually branched out, and they're no longer going to be just in San Francisco. They are moving to Nashville.
All right.
And, good on them. I mean, they've been around forever. I think this will fit in Nashville just fine.
Clean as filtered water.
Yeah. Why the hell not? I mean, it's a great little place. I have definitely been there. And of course, this is from the American Graffiti with the original one. But man, I like drive-ins. That's another thing I miss. Big hair from the 80s and drive-ins.
Absolutely. I'm with you.
And Sonic 100%. Doesn't really count, but I guess it's good that they try.
It's sort of like a replica of the old days, but Sonic doesn't get it.
The thing about Sonic is they don't really have a good burger. How can you have a drive-in without a good burger?
Inferior,
yeah.
So that's the problem. It's a huge problem.
I mean, their tots are pretty good. Their drinks, I've heard people say they really like their sodas and their drinks and stuff.
Their limeade is amazing.
Yeah.
So that's really outstanding.
But how can you screw up the basic thing, like the burger?
I mean, not cook a decent burger. I mean, they just make no effort. It's just a slab of patty on a flat grill.
Oh, so they have these stupid lists, right? Of top 10 best burger places, whatever. And I noticed that in one of these lists for 2 years now, that Habit Burger had pushed out In-N-Out Burger to number 2 position, to the point where they had billboards sniping at each other in some parts of California. I mean, it was that level. It's like an Oklahoma, Nebraska kind of thing at this point. So I said, okay, fine. There's like a 2-for-1 sale at the Habit. I'm going to give it a try because I don't want to be that guy and just, stick with my team and not ever try the other thing. And I tried it on a scale of 0 to 5 stars, solid 2. It was incredibly mediocre. It's one of those, like, I don't even understand why there's a conversation about who's better. It's so obviously not good.
Is it bar food?
No, bar food is way better than this.
Oh,
I mean, it reminded me in a not good way of a school lunch hamburger, but it didn't have the warm nostalgia of a school lunch hamburger.
Yeah.
It was not good. I mean, every place I can think of makes a better burger than the Habit.
Yeah.
Where I've had actually a pretty tasty cheeseburger,
Where?
Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
For like fast food stuff. I quite like Dairy Queen. They have a lot of like really good deals here.
They have great ice cream products.
I'm so sorry.
They have great ice cream products too.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love their ice cream cake. I will still occasionally get not the cake itself, but the roll.
Yeah.
Because you can get like the log shape, whatever. Right. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Love it so much.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
That was a staple everywhere here, like for birthdays. Even though like my mom made my birthday cake, that I still, if we had a party, I wanted to get Dairy Queen cake.
Nice.
Yeah. I was just really surprised by how not good it was. There was nothing great about it. The topping wasn't great. It had a lot of onions. I mean, I sort of like that. The patty tasted kind of like smoke, but I'm not sure why. Almost tasted like fake smoke cooked on an electric grill. It was not good. In-N-Out Burger is 1,000 times better.
There's something so offensive about paying money for a really shitty burger.
Yeah, and the fact that I got 2 for 1 does not make it any better.
The worst one I remember was the one at Universal Studios. They had some of the San Francisco area, like portrayal. They literally just gave us like 2 buns and a slice of cheese. That was at Universal Studio. So it's like, yeah.
That's so sad.
Man, I think one of the most disappointing meals I ever had was this barbecue place that I went to try out. And I got this sad looking pork rib and I bit into it and all I could taste was that smell that they add to natural gas so that you smell it.
Oh.
There's a taste to it and it just tasted like the way natural gas smells. Yeah. And there was no real meat on it. It was just like a sad bit of charred gristle attached to some bone.
Yep.
It was the worst. It was one of the worst things I've ever paid money for. And as a barbecue connoisseur, it's like it goes down in history in the history books as being the worst barbecue I've ever had. Closely followed by Dickie's, which is
just
it's airplane food masquerading as barbecue.
Yes.
And then there's a place in Los Gatos called Little Lou's Barbecue, which actually has the same problems as Dickie's does. All the food comes out waterlogged. It's tender. Well, don't steam the barbecue. I know I'm being pedantic again. I apologize.
No, Dickie's is really substandard. That needs to be called out.
I had a hot link at Dickie's once, and then they give it to you wrapped in because I didn't know any better. It was the first time I ever been to Dickie's. And it came wrapped in saran wrap.
Mm-hmm.
And then you pull the saran wrap off and all this water from the steam table just rolls out of it. God, that was terrible. Almost as bad as 6th grade camp. Let's see. I'll go see. Geode sent me a video with an elephant in it.
Yeah.
I wonder what's going to happen.
No. That's mine now. No, it's okay.
Look at these. Oh, look at these beady babies.
You see the elephant?
See, this is better than Salt Bay.
Oh. It annoys me that he didn't take the stickers off, though. What you gonna do?
I like that last one. He's a pesky pachyderm.
I like
This reminds me of the guy who bakes or cooks in the kitchen, and he has a cow,
Mm-hmm.
and he tries to do cooking or eating with the cow, like eating everything he's putting down. That's funny.
Nice.
I like it.
Good. Let's see. How to play chess properly.
The World New Chess Championship begins. Kasparov makes the first move. That's the classic Rasputin opening. How will Short respond? He's chosen the Jonathan response. The Humperdinck shrug from Kasparov, quick as you like. Now, Short appears to be inverting his rook. And that, yes, that's had the desired effect. He's confused Kasparov's pieces there. Some of them wondering if gravity's been reversed. One of the pawns has fainted. Oh, bishop there, vomiting out of pure confusion. So good move there from Short. Short again. He's made one of his knights into a unicorn, so obviously playing the long game.
Okay.
Kasparov there slipping a spy into Short's ranks. It's looking like Short's bishops are having a disagreement about same-sex relations. Yes, I can confirm it. There is a schism in his church. So half of his bishops have created the Reformed Church of the Truth of Christ the Lord and will be leaving. Still, diagonally, some traditions die hard. Kasparov trying to convert one of his rooks into a unicorn. That hasn't worked at all.
So this is extremely silly.
I like this.
I'm very easily amused. See, this is right up my alley.
Great fun.
This is good.
Great fun.
This is BBC in the corner, so I'm scared to play too much of it.
Yeah.
Just in case, yes.
Just in case. But then let's just play a little bit further in.
Devastator.
Not looking good for Short. Short's upgrading his queen to a hotel. Oh, very interesting.
Sure, why not?
Riding the old queen.
Yeah, that's how to play chess.
I mean, it's not that far off from Warhammer 40k.
No, not really. So here's a, I guess it's technically a life hack, Skep. But as a person, I'm sure that you and I are the two people who spent the most time with tarps. Although Geodes, you're potentially a victim of tarp folding too.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine you being forced to use a tarp. What about you? You don't really seem like a tarp kind of guy.
I am intimately familiar with tarpaulin. Thank you very much. I even know its proper name.
That's the best response I could have hoped for.
At least it's not tarpon time. You know?
Okay. So here's a short with a tarp, and it's such a handy tip that I'm annoyed being this old and only seeing this for the first time. No, not remove all embeds here. Visit site. Thank you.
I'm going to show you a little tarp folding trick. Grab the middle grommet on one side, then the middle on the other, bring them together, then reach down, grab the center of the tarp, and pull back. Now your tarp is folded in half twice, perfectly. Then it...
That is so annoying.
Oh, that's so clean. I like it.
That is so annoying.
You probably can do that for like bed sheets and stuff too.
Yeah, imagine you're camping and it's kind of wet and you're trying to do this under less than perfect circumstances and you're doing it the way that isn't this. Yeah.
Wait. Sora,
yes?
Your bed sheets have grommets on them? What are you up to, girl?
None of your business.
So what do you want to put your... Yeah. You know they're pink too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With pink grommets.
With pink grommets.
Some have plush velvet.
Yeah. We're not here to judge.
But yes, this guy's way is getting you all kinds of soaked and dirty.
Oh, you mean because the water is going to drip all over you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think you got to get your little feet out of the way.
Well, if you're doing this when you're leaving, you're camping and everything, it's,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's pretty cool.
Be fine.
I love these little like life hack that are actually legitimate, helpful tips and not just some weird like eat this poison thing and then you'll live 100 years. kind of videos.
Okay. So I have this also. Let's see. Do I want to play this? I don't like the sound on this. That's the only problem. So I'm going to turn the sound down a little bit on this because I find it to be a little annoying. But I like this. This is how to protect your computer from being shot by an MBT once it loads.
Is that one of the machines from Judgment Day?
Many computer users often find themselves the victim of 105mm armor.
Oh my god, enough with the fucking AI swap voices.
Yeah, I know. So this is a video about how to protect your computer from a 105mm shell. Norton antivirus was extremely ineffective.
In this video, we will take a look at the best method.
So this is a style of video. That's why they're using the AI voice.
Your unprotected computer is highly susceptible to
so,
attacks by
they talk about protecting your computer.
You're exposing yourself to the dangers of a main battle tank shooting your computer and killing it. In fact, there may be a main battle tank outside your window right now, watching your every move and waiting for you to make a mistake.
It's a little absurd.
If you believe you are being followed or watched by a main battle tank, call the police and report any suspicious activity immediately. Never accept unidentified substances from a main battle tank even if they appear to be harmless. You can never be too safe. Remember, they are the enemy, not your friend. We will now discuss the ways you can protect yourself from such malicious activity on your computer. The aggressor in this scenario is the FV4011 Centurion Mark V to main battle tank. Armed with a 105mm
Tanksburgs are some of the best.
7 rifled gun, it can penetrate up to 410mm of rolled homogeneous armor with APDSFS ammunition. We can significantly reduce the effectiveness of the kinetic energy penetrator by using contact 5-second generation explosive reactive armor plating, which will disrupt the trajectory of the penetrating body and dissipate penetrating force over a larger volume of armor. Now observe as a round from the Centurion fails to penetrate the computer.
I don't know why that abuses me so much.
And now we know.
Yeah. I've something I haven't really spent a lot of time thinking about is how to protect my computer from a tank round. But yeah, the voice on that was annoying. There's a lot of these videos coming out now.
Yeah, I hate them all. I hate it so much.
Yeah. It is pretty terrible. Let's see, what do we have here? Basic computer terms, 76. Oh, we should save that for later. It's too much good stuff. Let's see, I've got some movies, got a bunch of stuff, peeves and rants, but I think we're just about at the, almost at the 2-hour stage. What can we talk about for 2.5 minutes without me starting a nice big topic?
James Webb is awesome.
Oh, that's right. You said there was some James Webb stuff in science, right?
There's always James Webb stuff. Excuse me. Yeah, there are just a couple articles I thought were super cool. So we see this one just from 3 days ago? Twin jets.
8 light years long.
8 light years long from just one just super massive star. It's freaking crazy. And I loved it. Because,
is it, what kind of star is it? Is it like a neutron star or a magnetar? It takes a lot of energy to make an 8 light year long jet. Oh, it's a massive star on the distant outskirts of the Milky Way galaxy, seen blowing a powerful cosmic blowtorch in a new image courtesy of the James Webb Webb Space Telescope. That's nice. I like that typo.
Yeah.
Yeah, the James Webb.
But still, I mean, like, look at the image. It looks so crazy. Like, oh my God.
It's going to make all the other stars feel inadequate. That's the way I feel about it.
You know, Harry, it's not about how many light years you got. It's the motion of the blowtorch.
Exactly.
And then there was another one, if you want to quickly click on the other one. Yeah, because that's
sees the beauty and the death of a star offers a preview of what's in store for our sun. You see, that's unnecessary. Bringing up the mortality of our sun seems unnecessary.
Like, look at it.
Yeah.
It's
This
like
is
a
the end.
Rorschach. It's just like, and then it just gets distributed to the rest of the neighboring galaxy, and it'll work so very hard to have tiny little itty bitty stars of its own and feed other stars, and they'll have stars of their own, and so on and so forth. The great ballet of the galaxy continues. I just love this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, never in my lifetime did I actually think I would see what it looks like for a star to explode.
Well,
and I'm looking at it right now. Like,
you need a better amateur telescope, because there are a lot of nebulas that are basically supernova remnants.
But this is our star. Not our star, but the same star as our star.
I mean, the same mainline star as our star. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, stars are, if you know the mass of a star, you can pretty much predict what's going to happen with it.
And no, I don't have a telescope. Thanks for bringing up such a sore topic.
And even if you did, you were in the middle of a city and you wouldn't be able to use it anyway. It's probably not much better for Sora.
Now, when I was in the back country of Canada, oh boy, you'd see everything just with your naked freaking eye.
Probably a lot of clouds, though.
Sometimes.
I mean, much of the time.
No, sometimes.
Yeah, that's my problem being close to the coast. If I really wanted to just devote my life to amateur astronomy, I need to move to Flagstaff or something.
I should just go on an astronomy trip.
You can do astronomy tourism. There's a couple ways to do it. One is there's places in Australia where you can essentially be on there's a lot of the best stuff is in the Southern Hemisphere, so it's not bad. The other thing is, if you want to go to do the Southern Hemisphere,
Australia doesn't even exist.
There are some places in South America which are sort of like luxury places. Like, you get a luxury condo, they bring you a big old basket of fresh fruit every morning, and coffee and tea and all that sort of stuff, and your croissants. And you just spend the night with a telescope that they set up for you. They give you a nice 18-inch Schmidt-Cassegrain, and you can just do astronomy in this luxury villa with no lights around it.
Huh.
Yeah. It's not sleeping with the sheep herders like it is in Australia on a working ranch. Yeah.
There are tours at the University of Toronto and Queen's University, Western, Guelph. Oh, okay. So all the local universities have tours of their astronomy departments, and they all have telescopes, giant, good telescopes. Not something that I would go drop 2 G's on and be like, well, this thing sucks. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yep. Yeah. Good times. Well, let's see. We've gone the full 2 hours. That'll make the algorithm happy. And we gave chat what we promised, which was 2 hours of Saturday entertainment. And we managed to steer clear of all the brouhaha that's been going on, I think, pretty effectively. They said it couldn't be done, but we did it anyway, which was hard because all the bad news kind of sucked all the oxygen out of the room this week. But thank God for science. Somebody putting a tooth in somebody's eye. That I did not expect.
He unblinded me with science.
It's kind of fun. I get things through Discord from, you fine folks. And now people I know sort of IRL who've never seen the show and never will see the show will now text me things on the phone. They say, oh, you need things. So now I'm getting stuff from people that have nothing to do with the show. They just go, oh, you might need this. And so actually that tooth eye thing was one that was sent to me by a friend of mine.
Oh, are you going blind?
Cool.
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, not any more so than anybody else.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you had cataracts and,
No, not at present. And I'm taking lutein and zeaxanthin to help keep my my eyes nice and healthy. That's a pretty potent antioxidant that seems to help with some not the cornea. What's the thing at the back of the eye?
The
retina. The retina.
Oh.
Yeah, it helps with retinal detachment and things like that. So I'm already taking prophylactic things not to lose my vision. I did get new glasses. I told you I got new computer glasses. And I got the heavy ones with the glass. Absolutely love them. Fantastic. But I got my new distance glasses. And Skep, you can appreciate this. I not only got them photoreactive, but they polarize when it gets light as well. So they react to light by actually polarizing and getting darker, which is fantastic. But I also paid them to put anti-fog on them. So even inside my motorcycle helmet, they're fine. And when I went to the restaurant supply today, functional, and I walked out of the walk-in freezer, my glasses didn't just steam up on me like they usually do, because it was previously my glasses would get cold and then they would fog up when I'd walk outside, and I'd wander around for about 3 or 4 minutes being blind.
That was always fun working in the kitchen.
But they don't steam up now, which is great.
No, I had to spray them with some stuff, and it kept them good.
Yeah.
Now the biggest worry is like if I'm taking a shower or running, I should say, because it takes forever for the hot water. I don't know if you have this problem, Gio, in your building. Sometimes it takes the hot water a few minutes to like get up to speed. So I'll like turn it on, walk away for 2 minutes, go back, and then like walk in the bathroom, and then like the glasses all like steamed up, and I'm like, I can't see. Why can't I? Oh, my glasses.
Panic.
All right. Anybody have anything else?
I just hope everyone has a much better week next week.
It's going to be great, Sora.
Oh, and then thank you to Blue Eyed Screen for listening to us while you work.
Yes.
And
Blue
hanging
Ice
out
Cream?
with us tonight. Blue Eyed Scream.
It's been fun because I've noticed that after the fact, people who don't watch live will often leave little notes, little messages in the comments. And I actually, so far, I mean, it's pretty easy to keep up because there's only a few comments, but I've been responding to all the comments, or at least I tried to. So, yeah, I think we get a lot of people who watch after the fact. Because maybe we're not on at the best time for everybody.
Yeah, definitely.
It is what it is.
Also, I was going to say, functional. I don't have that specific problem. I have the problem of it's ice water for way too long, but not here. that was at my original place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds like we're running out of steam. So this has been your Minions of the Zoo for Saturday. Thank you, panel. Thank you.